Hi students, I have opened this YouTube channel to give solutions for the question papers related to section A and section B, that too 1 mark and 2 mark questions for CBSE as well as the state board students regarding the paper Python programming. I have chosen one paper for 2019 to 20 students. Here they have given some sample question paper. In this, the section A, they are having two questions, question 1 and question 2, each carrying 1 and 2 mark questions. Now let us see the section A, in which the question 1, it is having 10 2 mark question, 10 1 mark questions. First question is, identify the arithmetic operator from the following options. Here the option is double slash, that is the floor division. In floor division, when you are using the division, you will be getting the quotient without the decimal values. And second question, you have to identify the type of tokens. You know that the tokens are keywords, identifiers. Likewise here, if is a keyword and roll number is the variable which is defined by the user, so it is called as identifier. Moving to the next question, here you have to identify which module to be used to use the following functions. You know that sign off is the function which is related to mathematical operation, so you have to import the library math. When you are going for randint function, it is used for generation of the random numbers, though, so the module to be imported is random. Next question is, you have to do the correction in the given program. Here they have given a set of following codes. In this you have to identify what is the error. Also you have to correct the error. You see in the first they have given 30 equal to 2. You know that you have to assign a value to a variable. So the value to be assigned is at the right side, and then the variable for which the value to be assigned is to be at the left side. So 2 equal to 30. Then next is the for loop. In for loop, you know that in Python, when you are using the loop, you have to end it with a colon. So in this, the colon is absent. So here the colon is the error. Next is if is the keyword. You know that in Python, the keywords should be in lowercase letters. So if and else, both I have changed it as the lowercase letters. Next, when you are going for Python programming, intent is the most important thing to be followed. So when the if loop starts, you have to give a one intent to the next step. So the print to be one intent inside the if loop. Likewise for the else statement also. So you have corrected the error. Now this is the correct program. Moving to the equation, here they have given a set of code within a function. It is called as fun of s, and they have called a function using school2@com. Here you have to find the output. Here this is the function. In this they have taken the string len of s. So here school2@com is the string to be passed to the function fun of s. So m is initially empty. Now we have to take the range value from 0 to k. K gives the length of the string. Here this is the length. So here you have to calculate the length of the string. And then what you have to do is, this is the programming part where you have to check whether the letter is a uppercase or a lowercase. So if it is uppercase, what you have to do? You have to convert it into a lowercase letter. If it is a alpha, alpha means again they are the alphabets where you have to change it to the upper. So here two things you have to check within the if loop. One is if it is a upper letter, you have to convert it into a lowercase, and if it is a alphabet, that is alpha means alphabet, you have to change it to the uppercase. If other than this, that is alphabets or the uppercase letters, the other thing is the number, special case letters, likewise. So here in this else part they have given, if that is the case, then you have to add the value of bb to the string. So now the function school2@com has been passed to this fun of s, where it gets the length of the string, and then it is checking. For example, s is the first letter, it is not upper, so it is going for the else part where it check is alpha. Yes, it is alpha. So what it has to do? It has to convert it into uppercase. So s has been converted into uppercase s. Likewise CHOOL. All these things are alpha. So this elif part is executed and all these has been changed into uppercase. Next, moving to the numeral 2, here if elif, both these will not work out. It goes for the else part where it has to add bb instead of the numeral 2. So bb is added. Likewise for the symbol at, and then com has been as usually converted into is alpha where it has been converted into upper. So this is the output of the given program. Next is the question F. Here you have to, again they have given a function change. Here one thing you have to note it down, that instead of giving both the variables, that is the parameters, here they have given one as a variable and another as a variable with the assigned value of 30. So whenever a function is called, here they are identified two variables p and q. You can pass the values to these parameters. So here this is the function define change of p comma q equal to 30 and they have given these values and then returning the value. Now it is going to assign the value for r and s as 150 and 100. Now the change r of s function is called. So when this function is called r comma s, the value of r is taken as 150 and s is taken as 100. So here r is equal to 150 plus 100. So it is 250. So the value of r is 250. And then q is equal to r's value is 250. So 250 minus 100. What is the value? It is 150. So print r hash s. So 250 hash symbol with s is print. Okay. Next, the function has been run where it has to get the value as returning the value of p. So here what is the value of p? 250. So 250. So here it again takes, that is the function has been called and then it assigns the value to p and q as the value as 150 and 100. So for this it has printed the value 250 and hash 150, and for this print statement it has printed the value 250 hash 100. And next moving to this function called change of s, here only one variable is present, the other value is not present. So when this function is called, here the value of s is assigned to p and then the value of q is taken as 30. So s is the value where it has to take. So here the value of s is 100. So 100 plus q value is 30. So 130. So you are getting the value as, when the function change of s is called, the value as 130 and then 130 minus 30. Because the p has got the value 130. So 130 minus 30, you will be having the value as 100. So this is the thing you have to note, that is when one variable is assigned, the other is not assigned, means here you have to consider the value for the next variable as defined in the function. So I have given the other two answers also, that is if the function stops with r is equal to change r of s, if the function stops with the s is equal to change of s. Next, moving to the next question. Here this is a type of the program which is asked in every question paper, that is this is the model you have to follow. They have given a random variable and then in this from and to are the two variables, they have assigned a list with some values. From random.randint of 1, 3, likewise for 2 it is 2, 4. So in the question they have asked, specify the maximum values that can be assigned to each of the variables from and to. So when you are considering this randint of function, when you are running this randint of 1, 3, each and every time you will be getting the output either 1, 2 or 3 randomly. Likewise for 2, 4, the value will be 2, 3 and then 4. So what is the maximum value of from that can be assigned to this variable is 3, and then the maximum value that can be assigned to the variable 2 is 4. So now what will be the possible combinations of these? So let us take if the value is 1 for random int generating that 1, 3. So the values, the possible values are 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, likewise 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5, 3, 3, 3, 4 and then 3, 5. So this is a range of values that you can get into the input for this for loop. So from this you can consider that in range of function, if the value is 1, 5, you have to consider the array values from 1, 2, 3 and 4 and not 5 to be considered. So here considering this, the list AR, 0th position, this is the index value 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So from this you can say that the fifth value in the list is 70. So that option when you are considering here is fifth value is 70, but when you are considering it as a range 1, 5, you can't get into this value of the fifth value due to the range of function limit. So you can consider that this 70 not to be taken into account in your answer. In your option, now you can identify that for 3 of the 4 answers, they have produced the answer with 70. So you can neglect all these 3 and then the remaining one is 30, 40 and 50. So you can make your option as the second one. So this is the way of identifying the values in a range. Next question 2 in this, what do you understand by the term iteration? Iteration means repeating. So it is the process of repeating the action, that is the number of steps to be repeated is countable and that counting to be taken over all the objects in a loop. That is you have to traverse through all the values and the iterable objects are list, tuples, dictionaries and sets. The next question is how to declare a dictionary. You know that in declaring a dictionary, you should use a key value pairs. So in these, they have given the key value pairs in the first option itself. In the second option, they have instead of semicolon, they have given semicolon. So this is not the option. And then in dictionary, it is a ordered one and then it is mutable and it does not allow any duplicates. So by considering this, the answer is the first option. Next, the valid declaration of a list. The list is a ordered, changeable and it allows the duplicate values. Likewise, it can allow strings, numerals and then the boolean values. So here the list is the correct answer instead of dictionary, array and tuple. Array is not followed in Python. It allows only list, dictionary and then tuple. Moving to the next question, this is a following code and in this code, what will be the output of your answer? Here, it takes the x as the input, the string, and you have to consider the variable a. It is going to print I until the value a found in the string ABCDEF. Here, a is found in this ABCDF, so it will be printing. Here, what is the problem is, here the while loop is a endless loop, so it starts printing until you interrupt the keyboard. Next question is, you have to write the output for the following Python code where they have used the global declaration. Here the value globally assigned to a is 10 and they have called a function call of a. They have used the variable global a and then again they have changed the value as a equal to 15, b equal to 20, print a and then call f. Here a equal to 20 is the 10 is the value which is globally assigned and then a equal to 15 is the value which is locally assigned inside the function. So when you are calling this function, value of a is a equal to 15 is taken. So the print of a produces the result 15 instead of 10. If the print of a is not inside the function and if it is near outside the function, then you can get the value as 10 since it is the global declaration. So this is the difference. You have to note it out whether the print function is inside the function or outside the function. If inside the function, the value of the variable a to be taken as a local variable, and if it is outside the function, then the global value of the variable a to be taken. Again, following the previous code, they have asked a theory question, that is, how do you understand the local and global scope of variables? How can you access a global variable inside the function if the function has a variable with the same name? You know about that global and local variables. Local variables, they are having their life limit inside the function, whereas the global variables, they can be called any outside of the any function. Now the second going into the second part of the question, how can you access a global variable inside the function if the function has a variable with the same name? In the above example, that is in the previous question, we have said that the value of a is equal to 10 and it is globally declared as global a. And regarding that print a function, if it is outside the function, then we can get the value of a is equal to 10. So now we can say that that value variable can be declared as global using global a. So this is the way of defining the global variable inside a function. Next is, if you are having a story.txt as a text file where you will be having some lines and you have to count how many lines are starting with the alphabet A. So when you are going to define a function, first you have to open the story.txt file. So you will have to open it and then you have to read the lines of the file. So initially let the count be 0. Then for each and every word in the line, you will be checking whether it is starting with the capital A or with a small a, that is the uppercase or the lowercase. Any of these two can be taken into account. So whenever it encounters this A or A, it is adding its count to 1. So after getting out of that function, it will be printing how many lines has a count starting with the letter A. The next question is, again a text file is given. Here you have to count and display the words which are less than 4 characters. So we have to open a file, you have to read the file. Since they have asked the words, here you are using the function line.splitoff. So it has to consider the words in the line. In the previous program, you will be considering only the lines and not the word. So we didn't use the word equal to line.splitoff. Then after splitting each word, you have to check in each word whether the length of the string is less than 4. If it is less than 4, you have to print that word. If not, you have to skip it out and then move on to the next word. So for each and every line, it will be checking and then print the word that is less than, that is the length of the string less than 4. Then next question is, writing a function that is to be the recursive function to count the factorial of a number. Here, this is the line which calls again and again, that is called the recursion to count the factorial of a number. So here I have included two more parts, that is, if the number is a negative number, factorial does not exist, and if the number is 0, the factorial is 1. Also, if the number is 1, the factorial is n. So in this function, this is the part where the recursion of the factorial is used. When this recur factorial of n minus 1 is given, it again calls and calls. For example, if you are going to calculate the factorial of 4, what it has to done is recur factorial of n4. So if n is equal to 1, this part will not operate. So going for the else part here, 4 asterisk recur factorial of 4 minus 1, 3. Again it goes here, 4 into 3 into recur factorial of 2. So using the recursion, you have called the function and you have calculated the factorial of a number. So this is the main part of the program. The last question is, you have to write a function using make push off package and make pop off package to add a new package and delete a package from a list of package description. Here the push and pop operations are to be considered using the stack data structure. So when you are going to push an item, you have to check whether the stack is full, and when you are performing the pop operation, you have to check whether the stack is empty. Because if you are assigning the length of the stack as 10 and if it is full, you can't make push operation anymore. Likewise, when you are going to perform the pop operation, you have to check whether the stack is having the items. Else, if the stack is empty, you can't perform the pop operation. Mostly they will be checking for is empty operation. So here I have also done with the make pop, that is checking whether the package is empty or not, that is the stack is empty. If the stack is not empty, the pop operation can be performed. For push item, I didn't use is full, so I didn't check for the full. Directly I have pushed the item into the stack. Here for a package, if you are going to perform the push operation, the function to be used is append. So here append of A. A is the item what you are going to push it. So package dot append of A, and then here the element for deleting an item is package dot pop off. Here it is not necessary to mention the item. The pop will be automatically eliminating the top of the stack. So here I didn't mention pop of A or anything else. But when you are appending the item, that is making the push operation, you have to assign the value to be pushed into the stack. Thank you.